Okay, so this is Floe Email Builder. There are three parts to the app. We can manage emails, email templates, manage a library. This is the library of content blocks and a test trigger, a testing function. I'm going to start off with the library. So here in the library, we can build reusable blocks that can be used in any email type. I can search for content if I so wish, and sort. And so what I'm going to do is, for example, I'll search for banner and see things I've called to be banners. In this case, I'm going to sort for something with welcome in it. And so here I've got a piece of content which I can open up in an editor. So having chosen a block, you can see I've got a rich text editor here, just like Microsoft Word. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a link into this button here. So I'm just going to highlight it, add a link. And then save. So for each of these content blocks, obviously I can manage the content, I can manage properties, the things like background colors and padding and borders. I can give it a description, control whether it's a repeatable block or not, and also see where this block is used in different email types. So at the moment this block is just used in a single email type. You can see that I can drag and drop this this control here to see either more of the content as a preview or more of the editor. I can also use this to translate this to a different language or to copy. So it's a quick way of creating new content by copying existing content. So I've saved that. I can go back now to my manage emails. So here I see all the email types that are configured in the system, or at least all the ones that I'm allowed to edit. And again, I can search and sort for particular types if I wish. I'm going to start off with an empty one for this demo. So when I'm creating some new content for an email type, I'm asked what is the language, first of all, that I'm creating in, and also a boiler template. Effectively, how wide is it? And we use different widths in order to control how that it's going to look good on a smaller device. So there are some cases where I might want a full screen. In this case, I'm just having a plain 600 pixel email. So now I get into the main editor where I can build emails. One of the quickest way is to just drag in content from the library. So here I can scroll down and I'll choose a heading block. Maybe I'll add that content that I just changed, and then add in a banner. Okay, so these I'm reusing blocks here from the library that were previously created for me. I might want to take something out of the library. There's a couple of ways of doing that, but if I want to make a change to this block here without changing the block in the library, I'll just take this out of the library, and then I can edit it here through the email type. So perhaps I want to make something bold. And you can see that we've got some field names in here, some variables that will be substituted at runtime. But apart from that, this is a really very straightforward tool for a business user to use. At the top here, I've got some settings. where I can control the subject and the sender email address, choose whether to save the email body in the database when it's sent each time, and if there are attachments to this email, whether to save those. With this option, I can translate to a different language. Of course, I need to know the new language. It's not automatic. It copies everything, and then I change the text myself. And then I've got some preview and save options up there as well. So I'll go ahead and save this this one. Just show another example of an email with a bit more data inside it. Sales order notification, but again, we'll come back to this later. And so when we have more SAP data inside the body of the email, we see more of these variables inside there. So either using the variables from the document output or from the workflow container, or variables you've made up yourself, and then the technical guys fill them. Okay, in this example, you can see we've got an item section, so we've got a block here that repeats, and indeed there's a repeating section within a repeating section for that example. Okay, and so now the third section, that area of Email Builder, is this test trigger, the tool for previewing and testing email types. What I'll do is I'll test that one I've just created now. I can just choose the email type and do a quick preview in this tool, so I can see that's what the email is going to look like. I've got those couple of variables in there, so for the purpose of the test, I can just fill them with some dummy data here. F name Chris, customer number 245, and just refresh the preview, and we'll see the variables now have been substituted correctly. And if I want to test that, I can send it to my own email address there to check out what it looks like on older email clients like Outlook, and indeed smaller email clients like the iPhone. And there really is no other better way than actually sending a real-life email to check that it worked. So let's go and see that hopefully arrive. And so here I'm looking in Outlook, and you can see that email that I very quickly built there using these library blocks has arrived and looks as what I'd expect to see in Outlook.